All right, last topic here. President Obama is heading to Capitol Hill Wednesday to huddle with top Democrats to defend the Affordable Care Act from repeal. Many consider the health care bill to be the president's legacy. Mr. Obama is also heading to Chicago next week to deliver his farewell address. And with regard to these upcoming events, what does the president need to get across, you think, to protect Obamacare? And how does he cement his legacy in these final days in office?
Well, certainly the meeting on Capitol Hill is sort of a tactical one. I mean, it certainly is about attempting to seal his legacy in terms of preserving at least some elements of the Affordable Care Act, Obamacare as it's often known. But he's going to be having some pretty specific and tactical discussions with congressional Democrats about ways that they can make the case that there are elements of the Affordable Care Act that are broadly popular, including at least one that Donald Trump has said he likes. So what do they do about that, and how do they insert that public opinion into the discussion around repeal of Obamacare, and sort of also procedurally how that happens? Does it take place as part of the budget process? Does it take place in some other fashion? So there'll be some pretty specific discussions there. I think the speech in Chicago is a really interesting decision on his part to make it. It's a true farewell address. It's the president waving from the lawn, but doing it from Chicago. He's removing himself from the environs of Washington to do it. That's an interesting choice. And he's choosing to do it here, with 2 weeks left before the inauguration, as a real sign that he wants to make points. Certainly, he wants to sum up his own legacy. We've heard him do that. He certainly did it at length in his end-of-the-year press conference. But he's also going, no doubt, to have a few words of warning for the incoming president, and he's going to do it from the sanctity of Chicago.
Jamel, what are your thoughts on that?
As far as the Affordable Care Act goes and sort of his effort to protect that element of his legacy, the Republican Congress seems intent on repealing the Affordable Care Act. And at this point, I'm not sure there's anything Obama himself can do to prevent that outcome. I think the best thing the ACA has going for it in terms of its survival is just the fact that it's so entwined with the existing healthcare status quo, that simply repealing without offering any kind of replacement, which is kind of what's on the table right now. Republicans have yet to unveil a replacement and have suggested even delaying a replacement until after the next set of midterm elections or even after 2020. Repealing without replacing could throw the entire system into chaos. And that fact, which will not just affect hospitals and health insurers, but will in fact actual Republican constituents, that fact may be the best thing the ACA has going for it. It wouldn't surprise me, in fact, if realizing that Republicans end up doing a kind of cosmetic repeal, repealing some particular elements, but otherwise leaving the basic structure of the bill intact.
John, what do you think? President Obama's legacy?
I think, President Obama giving a farewell address, it's been done before. It's not every president does one. Some of the great speeches that have been given by past presidents, Ronald Reagan talking about the shining city on the hill was in his farewell address. Obviously, Dwight D. Eisenhower talking about the military-industrial complex, warning about that presciently, was part of his farewell address. Obviously, we go back to Washington. It doesn't surprise me, given how important oratory is to Obama, and given the unusual circumstances in which he's being replaced by someone who's so different from him, the diametric opposite, the wildest possible conception of the opposite kind of a president coming in, and with so much of his legacy on the line, that the president would want to make a final statement, to try to make a case for what he's accomplished, and plant a marker, both in terms of substance and in terms of rhetoric. It seemed very much in keeping with the kind of president he is and the kind of moment we're in.
All right, John Heilemann, Jamel Bowie, and Ann Gearan, thank you all so much.
Thank you.